Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a Temu Order, or should I say orders. Anyways, I went on there and bought a lot of stuff. They have all, like, whenever you get on there, they have all kinds of like coupons and stuff, and now they have this thing like if you become a member, like you get these certain amount of coupons, you get certain discounts, you get like free lures of your choice, and all this kind of stuff. Anyways, it wasn't that expensive. I think it was like $10 a month or something. So anyways, I signed up for it, and anyways, like one of my first things was like if you ordered $100 worth of stuff, you got $50 off. So you got $100 worth of stuff for $50. So that's what I did. I went on there and ordered $100 worth of stuff, and sure enough, it took the $100 out and then it replaced it back with my 50. So it's kind of weird. It was like they took it out of my account and then they reimbursed it back in like within 5 minutes or so. I don't know why they did that, but anyways, enough of that. So that is what I did with Temu. So let's get into it and see. And what I'm gonna tell y'all is, like the title says, I did not know. Maybe they've been doing it. Maybe one of y'all can tell me, but I've never seen like actual name brand lures on Temu. I've seen a lot of lures that look like the name brand one, but they always have a different name brand. So I was kind of curious about that. So I don't know if that's something new. Maybe y'all can let me know. But I did order some, and they actually came in, and they were the actual name brand that they were supposed to be. So I was really shocked by that. So Temu is now selling name brand stuff. So anyways, just to let y'all know. So first up, these right here have really have become one of my favorite hooks. They're cheap on Temu. I think maybe even you can even get them on Amazon, but they are very sharp and very inexpensive for the amount of hooks you get. So anyways, this is the hook. It's made by Dove Sun. This is a 20-piece hook, and all their hooks come in like 15 or 20. So anyways, they come in this pack, and this is number 1. So itty bitty guy. I got this for some of the smaller baits. But anyways, they're kind of built like spear point hooks. Kinda, but not quite. So that was another thing that made it interesting to me. I really like spear point hooks. A lot of people don't like them, but I do. And I still use spear point hooks, but with these, let me see if I gotta find a bigger size. Let's go to, I got a whole bunch of them. So anyways, let's go. This right here is a 4/0. So I know terminal tackle is not that interesting, but you gotta have it. And I figure for the price point, really can't beat it. And so anyways, that's what they look like. Now you get a better look at the bend and stuff. Kind of like the, you know, the spear point, just not as deep. And it's got that big old gap right there, which I really like. You can get a big chunk of meat on there. And like I said, they're sharp. And haven't had no problems out of them. They're really becoming one of my favorite hooks. So as long as I don't get any really defaulty, you know, hooks, then, you know, every hook brand that you get, you're gonna have that one or two that you're gonna have to sharpen yourself or whatever. But anyways, these are 2 times strong, 3-sided steel point. But anyway, so I got some of those. They've even got some now that I'm wanting to buy that are Teflon. They got the Teflon coating on it, which I thought was really cool. So anyways, enough of that. Next up is these little guys right here. These might look kind of familiar to y'all. To me, they kind of remind me of the new Guggen, I don't remember what the new one is by Guggen, but anyways, it kind of reminds me of that, except it's a smaller version of it. And it's got that little tail with the little point on the end of it. It doesn't, it's a solid body, it's not split. But anyways, really cool color. It's got that blue glitter and whitish tint bottom. So I thought those were really cool. So I picked up some of those. They don't say the color on it. That's another thing I don't like about the Temu color things. A lot of them don't say the color. This right here is becoming like a big thing around the fishing world, so I picked up some of these. These are what they call soft balls, but anyways, it's almost like those little dice, which I caught a few fish on the dice. These I've yet to try. So anyways, you pull out some, and this is a mixed bag, so you get like, really the only thing that changes colors is the little ball that's in the middle. So anyways, you get a bunch of these in there. A lot of people have been talking about how good these work. I think on like a drop shot. So definitely gonna try those out. I haven't tried them yet. But anyways, those come with 10 of them in a pack, so I picked those up, made by Quality Fishing. Alright, so this one is going to be a real familiar one to y'all, and a lot of people are probably going to get mad about this, but I bought it because I want to see if it works. They call it a jerk bait. Awesome bait, but anyways, this is it. This right here is the bluegill color, I believe. I really wish Temu would send their stuff in like a box instead of a bag. And I also noticed they don't send them in the orange bag anymore unless they just ran out. I don't know. Maybe that's what happened. But anyways, y'all are going to see this. But anyways, does that look familiar to y'all? It's got the hook hanger system. But anyways, the mag draft knockoff. I will tell you this on first notice, and see the tail's not quite as soft. And then let's see here, the magnet works, so that's a good thing. It does have the swivel on there. The hooks are sharp. But anyways, what really drew me to this was it's a smaller size. This is a 4.5 inch, I believe. And so I really wanted to try that. So anyways, you know, I like the mag draft. I like the one by Berkeley. What is it? The Cool Shed. I like that one. But anyways, So I got this. This was in a, you know, they have pretty cool colors. And like I said, it looks just almost like the mag draft. And like I said, it's a smaller version. That was the main reason why I got it, was because it's okay, 125 millimeters. I don't know what that adds up to, but it is smaller than a 5-inch. And so anyways, that's why I got it. So anyways, that's their bluegill color. I'm gonna save that one. That's one of the name brand items I got right there, so I'm not gonna show that one yet. But next one up, we have, they called this one the Pee-wee shed, and this one's in flash scale white. Here, I might be able to just show you this one through the package. But anyway, it's a little old glide bait. It is, I believe, 4 1/4 inches long, and it has a brush tail on it, which I really like. That's one of the big things I look for in these kind of baits. Let's see if I can get this. They stapled the crap out of it. Alright. Okay. So you got this brush tail, and you can see that's gonna like really pop out there on them sunny days. God bless, the hooks are sharp. Them hooks are gonna really shine too. I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of silver hooks. Yeah, those are silver hooks, definitely. But not a big fan of silver hooks. I just don't like them. If I was fishing saltwater, maybe, because they don't rust, but I'll definitely change those out and put some regular hooks on them, the nickel hooks. Might even try some of those Teflon from the Dove Sun. But anyway, really liking this. Small, kind of like the Buka shad, kind of, except it just, you know, it's just a little glide bait. And it's real thin. Real thin. But anyways, like the color, that one come in multiple colors. And so I picked that up. I thought that was pretty interesting. This is going to be a long video, by the way, just to let you know, y'all know. Y'all probably see by the time whenever y'all click on it. So just to let you know. Alright, so this is a 6-piece. This is some more terminal tackle. Don't really need that. Come in this pretty cool little case. They taped it down. But anyways, I got some of these. These are some, you know, swim bait hook. And it's got a little spot down here for you to put a treble hook on. It's got the screw. Well, no, I guess no. You just push that through, kind of like a nail weight. And anyways, I just thought that was really neat. I think these are a 1/4 ounce. But anyways, they came 10 to a pack. And so anyways, I picked them up. They seem to be pretty sharp. And so yeah, I'm gonna give them a shot. They look like some kind of name brand one. I forgot. I've seen them before, but anyways, come in this little case. Not bad. Next up, alright, so we got us a jerk boot. And I bought this one because I like the color of it. It's a unique color. And this one's made by Amadou Duo. But anyways, look at the color of that one. Tell me that ain't sweet. From Japan. Don't really have anything else to say. I don't think what the color is, but anyways, let's dig into this. I'll get it out of the package and show it to you. I really like it. I like the color of it. Kind of got that Mega Bass look to it. It's got that opaque lip on it, and once again they put the silver hooks on there, which I don't care for, but it's got a really weird texture to it. That texture that you see on there, that crackle, it's actually embedded into the bait, and it just looks really nice. And see, this was actually under like it had like a Mega Bass logo beside it, so I don't know what that means, but it wasn't made by Mega Bass, that's for sure. But it does look like a Mega Bass knockoff. But yeah, I bought that strictly for the coloration of it. Looks really neat, goes all the way down to the bottom. It's not real shiny, it's a matte color. And like I said, I'm gonna take those hooks off, but I don't like it. I don't know why they put silver hooks on everything. I guess maybe the silver hooks are cheaper. I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter if they're short, but to me it gives it like a shine, which I guess could be a good thing on a sunny day, but on the regular day you just want, you know, just don't want flash. I'll throw on a spinner bait or a chatter bait or something. Alright, so here's another one. I'm assuming this was a Mega Bass knockoff as well, because it's both of these. That one right here said Mega Bass Vision 110 Plus, and this one right here said Mega Bass Dogma, Dogma X or Egg Dogma or something like that, and it's made by the same company. Anyways, y'all can see it through there. But I do know Mega Bass makes one that looks just like this, and anyways, I was really shocked by it, by seeing it. I was like, huh, looked kind of cool. So anyways, there it is. It's got like the crackle, you can see through it. It's almost just like barely even painted. Painted white with the black and orange, and real small little almost like a spook bait or like a Lucky Craft Sammy or something like that, I guess. But anyways, I thought that was real cool, and once again they went with the silver hooks. I don't care for. But yeah, that was supposed to be like their version of the Dogma X. Y'all can correct me if I'm saying it wrong. I probably am, but yeah. So anyways, we got a lot of stuff in there. It's amazing to me how much of the stuff they can fit in these bags. Alright, so here we go with some terminal tackle. Like I said, I've fallen in love with the Doveson. This right here is a, how many hooks are in here? A 30 count. And these are a 2/0. And like I said, this has become one of my favorite brands to use. But anyway, just a little weedless wacky worm hook, and this is their 2/0. Yeah, and you get 30 of them in a thing, and like I said, for the price you can't beat them, and they're sharp as all get out. And like I said, for the price on Temu, they're just hard to beat. And so anyways, I bought a package of them, 30 of them. That'll last me for a while. And then I bought some weighted weedless. These are 1/16 of an ounce, and there's 12 in this. I stocked up on a lot of terminal tackle. When I started using this brand last year, I really had a lot of success on it, and that's when I started trying out their different styles. But anyways, this is their weighted wacky. And so anyways, I just started trying out their different styles they have. And anyways, so far, every one of them that I've tried out, I've been successful with, I've liked. And so I figured, why not try more, you know? Why fix something that ain't broken? Okay, so they sent that in a little case. I like it. This is another one. This is a Doveson. I don't know. Ooh. Get back in now. Alright. So anyways, they sent it in this nice little case. Has the weight on it, 1/16 of an ounce. And anyways, I bought these. And y'all should know I don't know what they call these kind of hooks. I guess what, the hover hook or whatever. I guess that's what they call them. But anyways, it's a hover hook, or hoover, or however you want to say it. I'm not for sure, but anyways, all I know is they're pretty cool. You know, you stick them inside of a little swim bait and put it through the middle, and then it's supposed to keep your lure upright like that. But anyways, this one came with a lot of them in there. As you can see, got a little foam thing in there. But yeah, all in all, nice little container of them. If I had to guess, there's probably 10 of them in there. So anyways, we got that. And then we got another one of them Mega Bass Mag Draft. This one's called Black and Rose. And like I said, the only reason I got these is because of the size. I do like the colors on them, don't get me wrong. That's a pretty neat looking color. Maybe Megabass makes one that color, I don't know. I do have some Megabass Mag Draft, but I don't have this color. And I believe these were like, I want to say, if you bought them, they were like $4 maybe. So $4 versus, I think the Mag Draft is $12, I think maybe. But like I said, it looks like I might have to warm them in some hot water to get that tail a little softer. But I'm just going to try it with the action the way it is and see. I mean, it might have a good action with it, but it does have a harnessing system on it. The only thing I do notice that they put the magnet on the inside of the bait instead of on the outside. I think the mag draft I think is on the outside. I think that way it gets a better connection. But it seems like that magnet's doing the trick right there. And like I said, don't hate me because I'm buying a mag draft knockoff. The only reason I bought it is because simple fact is it is a it's a smaller size, and you can imagine if mag draft 6-inch can draw out fish like that, which I know bigger bait draw out a lot of fish, but a small one like this, if this thing works and swims just half as good as the Megabass does, that'll be a killer little bait. So anyways, got that one. That's another name brand. I'm gonna wait on that one. It is a name brand one, right? No, maybe not. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so let's see what we got in here. We got this package right here. Alright, so we got, they put all these things in individual little packages. We got some kind of segmented swim bait. Alright, so here we go with this. I thought that was going to be like some kind of rubber, but this is all solid plastic. So I really don't know how well that's going to work. Thank God it wasn't really that expensive, because like I said, that's solid plastic. You'd think that would be like rubber, but it's not. I'm not really impressed with that. And then the hooks are sharp, that's good. But like I said, I'm not too impressed with that, so it looks like it's missing something. Yeah, hold on. I thought I bought this and I think it's missing something. I don't see anything in there. I don't see anything in there. It came wrapped up in this, but if you notice, there's a hole right there. And it goes all the way through. I don't know, maybe it's meant to do that to make it sink or something, I don't know. But anyways, we're just gonna put that back in here. Not a big fan of it. Probably try it out and catch all kinds of fish on it, but like I said, I wish I would have made that end of it rubber. That would have been nicer. because then it would have gave it a little bit more action. Next up is these little guys right here. They come in this big old box. It says tips. If I could read Chinese, I would. But anyways, so yeah, I bought these. These have been another big thing, kind of like the dice. So I bought these. They come in this big container. Anyways, y'all can see them really well. They look kind of like a little sea urchin, but these are made out of Elastec. And there's a little ball in the middle. And so yeah, I picked up some of them. I think those will really work well on a drop shot, if I had to guess. But all of them little tentacles floating around, and it's made out of Elastec. It should last a while. I mean, I don't know how well their Elastec is made, but I think it's kind of hard to mess up Elastec. So anyways, bought those to give a shot. I've noticed that a lot of people have been catching fish off of them as well, so I figured I'd give that a shot. Now we got another bag to go through. I probably should have did this in 2 videos, but we'll try to knock this out pretty quick. Alright, so next up is some more terminal tackle. This is the Dove Sun belly weighted swim bait hooks, or whatever you want to use them. They got the screw lock, and what I really like about them is they're kind of like the Owner Beast. I'll show you real quick what I mean, which a lot of companies do this. I guess it wouldn't be just Owner Beast, but I'm real particular about swim bait hooks. I really like for them to have that needle coming out of the top of them. There you go, you can see it now. Really like for that. And anyways, real sharp hook. So yeah, I got those. These are a 1/4 ounce, and this was a 12 pack. So yeah, I kind of, whenever they gave me that discount, I kind of went through and slapped on a whole bunch of terminal tackle and stuff, especially that name brand. I really stuck with that one. And these right here are some Ghetto, come in this Ghetto package right here. And these are some Ghetto snaps. Can't go wrong with that. As y'all can see the size of them. I think that was like, I don't know, 100 of them. Yeah, 100 piece number 2s, 55 up to 55 pounds. So you can't beat that. So I bought some of them because I like to use snaps on all my crankbaits. And if y'all know me, I've got a lot of baits, so a lot of my crankbaits that don't have snaps on them, I like to put snaps on them. And then I picked up some of these little guys right here. This is another thing that I've been talking about, that have been a talk about. It seems like anything with this like skirting material coming through it has been the talk this year, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, I could see that, you know, if you were throwing that out there and letting that sit, then skirt material just gonna like flutter with the current and stuff like that. But anyways, I know there's a name brand that makes something that looks like this. Not sure of it, but anyways, I got that in that color. they come packaged pretty well. I mean, they come in that clamshell. And then next up, y'all are gonna recognize this bait, and I bought these because these were real small. Fish Arrow or Arrow Fish makes these. A lot of different companies are starting to make them. But anyways, like it's the poop bait is what everybody calls them, and this is a brown purple 6-piece. And so anyways, I bought these because of how small they are. And anyways, they're little bitty, and I know the other companies, they make a small one like this, but for the price, you can't beat it. And the hook slot, it's even got where the hook comes out right there, and then you got your hook slot down through here. Like I said, can't go wrong with that. Really like the color of it. I don't know why they call it purple, because there's no purple on that whatsoever. But anyways, well, this one right here actually looks okay. So this one looks more purple than anything. So, but anyways, I will tell you, from the Temu brands that I've tried, this B&U seems to be a good one. They have a lot of stuff on there. I don't know if that's one of their main brands, but B&U has been a good brand that I've tried off of there so far. Next up, what do we got here? Bite Towns. I'm trying to figure out a way to get in here. I don't even know what's in here, but it's some kind of soft plastic. Alright, so we got that, and then it comes in another one. I mean, how many times do you gotta put plastic over top of plastic? Alright, so Bite Towns. Oh, okay. I know what these are. I like these. These are like, y'all on it, the Bone Doctor. But anyways, so this is their Bone Doctor, but it's made out of Elastec. And when I seen that it was made out of Elastec, I was like, that's cool. And anyways, it come in a variety of colors. I mean, some pretty cool colors as well. I mean, like this one, the blue, and it's got blue and gold, really cool. And then I got this one's pretty cool as well. Got that green and clear on top with red glitter. But anyways, they came with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in there, and they're made out of Elastec kind of material. That was a little mixed bag, but anyways, I have some black ones on there as well. Bone Doctor is a really good bait, but the ones that you buy off a tackle warehouse, and I've bought them and I've gotten them and I've tried them, and like I said, they work really well, but the material they're made out of, it doesn't last very long. So when I seen that they made them out of Elastec on a Temu, and then not only that, you get them for $1, if that. I'm sorry, I have to jump in on that, because on Tackle Warehouse, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're like almost $20. So here's another one from Bite Time. I wonder if this is made out of Elastec either. Kind of reminds me of the X-Zone, that new crawl that they have. But anyways, really cool color. This one's a blue and purple. Let's see if this is made out of elastic as well. No, but it is a real, I mean, it's a durable plastic, whatever they made it out of. But anyways, this is a blue and purple. It's got real pinchers that open up. So yeah, I can see how kind of reminds me of the Gambler Boxer almost, kind of. And anyways, woo, got some stink to it. Squid scent. That other one has it too. I can smell it now. So anyways, there's that. That one's made by Bite Time, squid scent. And then I seen this. I thought this was really cool. This is a underspin bait. And I'm pretty sure somebody makes a name brand version of this. I'm sure there's a name brand version of all this stuff. But anyways, thought this was really cool. And I had this a little underspin. It's got a little weed guard on the front of it. Comes with 2 extra little bodies. And go ahead and get this bad boy out. I want to see it. Alright. So anyways, here it is. Ooh, that plastic is hard. But the tail seems to be flimsy, but that plastic is hard. But anyways, you got this little, it's a double weed guard, but it looked like, you can probably pull it apart, but it looked like one, but there's actually 2 strands there. And anyways, you got this little willow leaf back there. I figured, man, that right there ought to slay. And I like it, but anyways, like I said, there's probably some other company out there I haven't seen yet that makes something like that. But I figure that with its 2 bodies, that's pretty cool. And like I said, it comes with them. They're already pre-hole. They already have a hole in them, which is really good because the plastic is hard. I mean, it is real tough. Like I said, I'm really surprised that tail has that action to it. I guess that they made the tail a little bit softer so it would swim good. So anyways, it comes in a little clam shell. Clam it back together. That's that. Get all this out of here. Alright, I think that's all that. Next up is another package of those that y'all have already seen, but I'm going to go ahead and show you the color I got anyways. Might as well, the video is already long anyways. But anyways, it's made by the same company. Y'all couldn't see that company a while ago, but anyways, this one's a green pumpkin with the orange and red and yellow and black string coming out of it. Silicone skirt, 4-piece, 60 millimeters, which is 2.5 inches. I figure on a little Ned head or a drop shot, that ought to be pretty good. Next up is another color of one of the ones that I've already got. This one's called the Bait Ball. I know the brand is the Bait Ball, but anyways, it's another one of them dookie baits, poop baits, whatever you want to call them. So this one's a little bit different. So you can see they made that one real heavy. You can like really launch that out there if you wanted to. I mean, that thing's gonna go a country mile. I mean, it's a heavy, and I like the color of it. It's like a motor oil color. But anyways, this one come in a clamshell. Has a little bit of scent to it. So anyways, got a little bit bigger of a version of it. And then I picked these up. Those look pretty cool. I like those. They're all segmented and stuff, which kind of cool. I mean, it's a 5-piece. You can go ahead and rip this off and get these out. Well, it's freaking stable. So anyways, I mean, basically segmented for you. I bet that thing's gonna like ripple through the water like crazy. But anyways, I mean, if you want to make it smaller, I mean, you could just segment that thing down until you get down to nothing, really. And then you got that big old boot tail. But the coloration's pretty cool. That's what kind of drew me to these. And it does have a little belly slot. And the design was kind of unique. So, anyways, I thought that was pretty cool. These back in there, that's there. And then next up is some more of them little ball things. Get a whole bunch of them in there. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, so you get 5 of these in there. So, anyways, should be stacked up on them pretty good. If those work out well, then I should be prepared. Next up, this right here is one of the ones I was kind of waiting on. This one wasn't a name brand like I thought it was. They made it look like it. But anyways, this one is Daua's, but y'all can see it kind of looks like the Duo Realis. But anyways, it's made by that Amato again. So looks like I got tricked on that. But we do have one item in here that is actually name brand by a real company. But anyways, this one looks really neat. They done a good job. Really cool paint job. It's got like a chameleon paint job, and then these are made out of a soft plastic. And if y'all know me, I'm big on cicada baits. They work really well around here. We get a whole bunch of cicadas, especially right now. I think Texas, they get a lot of cicadas as well. But anyways, this one I thought was an actual Duo Realis bait. They do actually use mustad hooks though. So anyways, that makes me feel a lot better with that. But anyways, y'all can see how they fooled me. It does look like a Duo Realis. I think that's how you say it. Package. So they kind of fooled me on that. So, but anyways, I bet it'll work good. It's a winged cicada. Alright, so this was the name brand that I found, and I was really shocked. And this was one of my free baits. And because the reason why I was not going to pay the price on there for it, because the actual price for one of these for on Tackle Warehouse would actually be cheaper. But anyways, they actually had the Berkeley Nessie, and it's spelt right and everything. And I noticed they actually had a few different Berkeley baits on there. So I don't know if Berkeley's selling to them or what, but I did notice that whenever I ordered from them, it said I had an order coming from Walmart. So I don't know if whenever you order on Temu, if they order, because it says like local warehouses. So even though I bought this on Temu, I think it actually came from Walmart. Anyways, this is the 5-inch Berkeley Nessie, and the, what is it, Hickory Shad, which is, I'm happy for, because I wanted another 5-inch. A lot of people complain about the small one not working, and I haven't had no problems with it. I use it on very small line, like 6 pound. 6 pound, I'll use like a 10 pound braid with a 6 pound floral, and that works just fine. And I haven't had no issues with it. It works for me just wonders. But anyways, there is your Berkeley Nessie. So I would be safe to, I would say it's safe to say that if you see an actual name brand on there like Power Bait, it's probably really Power Bait. I went under the description and it actually said Power Bait Company, so I knew that it was an actual Power Bait, because they can't use stuff like that. So anyways, we did get one name brand, and like I said, this one I thought was actually a Duo Realis bait. So I thought we actually had two, but it does look pretty good either way it goes. So, oh, I got one more thing. This right here. New tackle box. Had to get this and try this out. This was pretty cheap, and if it works right, then that'll be pretty cool. But anyways, this one is a high pressure bait box, 3600. Well, that ain't good. Alright, so anyways, it's got the gasket sealed there, and then it's also, it's supposed to be one of those ones that's like got the moisture thing in there. I don't know what that is. If I had to guess, probably one of them like, what are they, like little salt packets or whatever that you get with your shoes and stuff. I know a lot of people save those and they throw them in their tackle boxes. I'm one of them. Like if I get a pair of brand new shoes or something, and I'll get those little packages, and if you throw it in there with your hooks and stuff, it'll help draw the moisture out and trap them. So anyways, yeah, pretty cool looking little box. I mean, you can take all of them out except for the middle and make them as big as you want to. I just hope that snap is not going to be a problem, but it seems like it snaps together pretty well, but that's the problem. It don't seem like whenever you want to pull it apart, it don't seem like it wants to let go. So, that being said, that's what it is. These right here, the little snaps down here at the bottom are not tight enough. They're not squeezing closed tight enough. So I bet if I probably, nope, still did it. Well, so with that being said, I might have to put a bad review on that and see if maybe they send me a new one or something. But anyways, that would be a good box if it would hold together. Maybe I can find a way to rig it, because that does look pretty nice. I mean, it looks like it's designed just like all the other ones. We'll see. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Sorry it was so long. I'll see y'all on the next one. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and my next video I've got for you is a new rod and reel that I picked up along with a little bit of stuff. So anyways, thank y'all for watching. See y'all on the next one.